Ah, dear. We shall get into that a lot later. So thank you for joining me if you're watching this after. I'm going to be cracking straight on with some Bandido while I wait for the family to join. And then I'll be giving them the update. We also had two dad jokes today because I forgot yesterday's, didn't I? But that's all right. Ellie will be well pleased to know that she didn't miss yesterday's dad joke and that we're doing it today. So time to switch the camera around and get cracking. Let's set you up over here. And hopefully that's about right. Getting better and better at judging this, but you never know. It could go all Pete's on. Let's get the chat set up. Oh, it's just an absolute mad day today. The stress it brings when one guy can't drive, I tell you. All right. All messages are on. We have Ellie and Noah. Well, Noah's in nice and early. Oh, you just messaged about guitar. I wondered what was pinging on my phone as I was setting up. It was too late. Sorry, man. Yeah, it's been a mad day. Oh, you already know all the updates, Noah, so you're ahead of the crowd on it. Hi, Ellie. Good to see you. How are you doing? I shall tell you more about the plans in a bit, Ellie, because I don't want to be saying it like over and over and over again. So I'm going to wait for some more of the family members to join before I get into the details. Emmy is in. Oh, thank you, Emmy. Yes, I was really happy to get to the 1.8k. That was really nice, and obviously you and the rest of the family have really helped with that. So I appreciate you. How are you doing, Emmy? I hope you're well. Yes, I do want your news, Ellie. I want to hear all about what's going on with you. You said you got some news about your meds. Oh, I've got something going on my back. Oh, thank you, Ellie, for the congrats. Yeah, yeah, I'm really pleased with that. Only 200 left to go until I get to that 2k mark. That's going to be that's a pretty epic marker. That is 2k. I'm really looking forward to getting there. It's going to be really good. Thank you, Greg. Good to see you. How you doing, my friends? I hope you're well. Yeah, you're right. Now I've got to wait a bit, haven't I? And we've got somebody in with a name that I cannot pronounce saying, "Do you know who killed Tupac?" Yeah, but I can't tell you. I have no idea. Emmy says, well, today I went to eat at 7-Eleven and I got scammed and me and my brother were so mad. Really? How did they scam you? That is crazy, Emmy. Tell us all about it. And Ellie's saying, I don't know what the strength is. I'll find out tomorrow. Oh, okay. So they've got you some new meds though, apart from the sounds of it though. So let me just go back, see if you said oh, they changed. Oh, wait, hold on. Oh, I didn't read anything. Sorry, Ellen. I'm going to go back. So they've changed the meds. Okay. What, just like one thing or like a lot of them? Oh, well, I guess you're finding out tomorrow exactly the details. You're at Franco Manca. I don't even know what that is. No. Leaving drinks for someone at the office, then pizza. Oh, so like a bar or something, is that? Another person goal, eh? I reckon you'll be the only. Oh, you'll be the only person left at that company soon. Well, you and the managers. Oh, I don't really want to start with that piece. That piece is annoying. They're all annoying. What's going on? Ah, that is not cool at all. We're going to go with that. That's the best I can do with these. So Ellie's saying, so it's new meds. We get them tomorrow. Hopefully, no, it's only one that's changed. Too much stuff going on. I didn't get much info from the doctors about it, but I'm not looking forward to it. Oh, well, maybe it's a good change. Who knows? I mean, at least maybe they'll be more effective, and that'd be amazing, wouldn't it? And Emmy's saying, well, there was a girl that worked there, and then fast forward to getting the food, the girl said, oh, that bag is not yours, and so the bag that was there was actually ours, and we left it. I'm confused, Emmy. So there was the girl that worked there, and then fast forward to getting the food. Goes, oh, that bag is not yours. So the bag that was there was actually ours, and we left it. I'm getting you. The girl told you that the bag wasn't yours, so you left it, only to find out that you're then missing a load of your order. That's well out of order. That's rude. I always like to check my orders before I leave a place, no matter where I am, because yeah, people just like make mistakes, or like you say, maybe even scam you deliberately. We've got BDL in. Hi BDL, welcome back. Saying hello from Scotland again. Heinz Bean said this is a good camper van. Live said you need a sub frame for camper. Heinz made mine. I am waiting on, I think it's waiting, this is put a typo there, on new diesel heater. Nice to meet you. Oh yeah, we were talking about this before, weren't we? I remember you saying that that you were able to do a bit of welding and stuff. I do wish that I could. That is one of the skills that I mean, I could pick it up if I had the tools, I guess, and a place to obviously do welding, which I don't have, so it's a bit of a moot point. It's definitely a skill that I feel like I could like achieve and master or whatever, but I've never had a real need for it. I figure if I wanted to get into that trade, sure, but it's not a trade that I was looking to get into, but it is a skill that I'd love to have just as a skill, really. Oh, what are we doing with this? I'm going to do something mad. I'm going to do that. I've got an idea with this. We've got James in. Hi, James. I'm doing good. How are you, James? Hope you're well. I'm going to put that there. Oh, we've got Alex in as well saying, why, hello. Hello, Alex. Welcome back. And so the ones they have given us are paracetamol, and the receptionist tried telling me to go to a shop and buy them like it was her problem. Oh, so basically she was giving you a load of grief about wanting something legit. Yeah, I get that. I've had I think the insurance company did that a bit to me. I think what the initial person I was talking to could have actually dealt with a lot of stuff that they basically got me to do. Look at that. Wicked. Greg saying, is not good. I'm sorry to hear. I hope. Are you okay today? Well, Greg, I'm struggling to understand what you were saying there. Are you talking to somebody else or talking to me? But I hope you're well, man. Yeah, I guess that's the only way to tell, really, isn't it, Eddie? Just give them a try and see how it feels. Oh, we can complete this already. I've got it. Look at that. There's that. Oh, I can just use the one that came out. There you go. Jobs are good. And that was an easy one, wasn't it? Now, look how easy that was. I've had simpler. I reckon at least two that were easier and quicker than that. But that's really easy. All good, Chief. Thanks for asking. You're welcome, James. It's always nice to hear from the family. See how you guys are doing. It's not all about me. It might be my stream, but you guys make it what it is just as much as I do. Only here for a minute, just want to say hi. That's all right, James. I always appreciate a quick hi, if that's all you can do. Make sure you hit that like button for me before you head off, though. I will appreciate it. Gracie is in. Hi, Gracie. Good to see you. What happened now, I shall tell you. I think we've got enough people in. I shall get into the story of what has happened today. So those of you who were in yesterday will know that I got a call yesterday. I was called yesterday morning to say that they would come by today to collect the van, even though I had previously been told it was going to be Friday, so tomorrow. But they called up and said, no, we're going to have somebody out tomorrow. I was like, okay, no problem. So this morning I went to the trouble of waking up at a good time to get the van packed away and ready to be taken. And just maybe halfway through the process, I get the call from the guy. He's on his way. Brilliant, I think. It's working out really lovely. So I finished packing the van, and he arrives, and just in time for me to be almost finished, basically. He immediately looks at it and says, well, I don't think I'm getting that on my on the back of mine, mate. And I'm like, really? And he's like, yeah, it's too big for mine. And I was like, right, well, does that mean you're not taking it? He's like, well, let me just give the boss a call. He might tell me I've got to try, but we'll see. And a little bit of time goes by, and the guy finally comes back to me and is like, nah, I'm not taking it. The boss is going to send another vehicle. And I was like, is that today? And he's like, probably, but I'm not sure. I'm like, okay. So he has a look at the damage at the front because we got chatting. He's like, to be honest, that's quite a lot of damage. Have they actually even like looked at the? Have you given like photos and stuff? I was like, yeah. And I don't know if anyone's actually looked at them, but I gave him the photos. And he's like, yeah, I'm surprised they're even getting us to come and get this one. And I don't think the place we're taking it to can even deal with these anyway. So, yeah, it's a bit weird. And I was like, okay, I might give them a call just to see when they're planning on picking it up, but also maybe get somebody to actually look at this properly. So I called the company who had basically the ones who were in charge of it all, who are the ones who failed to turn up on Tuesday. And this time I got a chap who answered who actually knew his stuff. And we got talking. I explained the whole situation. He was basically flabbergasted at how badly it had been handled throughout the week. And he got straight onto it. He started contacting his manager, some of the engineers, and was in touch with the insurance people. He just started liaising everything, trying to work out what we needed to do. So eventually, his boss called me and asked for some photos of the interior so they could finalise a valuation on the vehicle so that they could oh damn, there's some damage to my table. Must be up where I'm putting it in the other van up against the wall. Be careful of that. Yeah, so it seems like they're still in the process of basically evaluating the damage, seeing how much the repairs will probably cost, and value and putting a valuation on the vehicle itself. Because as I've learned from a little bit of googling, it turns out that the way for third party stuff like this, where basically because I'm not at fault, it's the other guy's insurance, even though we have the same insurance company, it's technically the other guy's insurance dealing with it. They have to come up with like a fair market value for my van. They can't work on like whatever was on my insurance. So, and they have to consider the fact that I've turned it into a motorhome, so it probably has more value than it would have had. So I'm not sure what this would be valued at. I honestly don't know. I think it would be somewhere between maybe like 13 and 20 grand. It's like it's such a wide. It just depends on the person looking at it and what they decide. I'm no expert on valuations, but what I think is it's definitely minimum is about 12, which means that from what I can understand of it, the repairs would have to be over £6,000 in order for them to say it's a write-off. So I'm thinking that they want to bring it in still because they basically need to properly assess the damage and see if it is fixable. Because if it is fixable, they can probably do it within value. So, so they said that they would get a specialist company to come and pick it up on Saturday. That company called me up and have said, no, it's going to be tomorrow. So I basically had unpacked again because I knew I was going to stay tonight. I unpacked a bit more because I was a bit annoyed at how little I had in yesterday. And I was like, it sounds like I'm going to be here for a little bit longer. But then they basically turned around and said, oh no, we're going to have you straight back out the next day. So it's a specialist company. It's definitely going to have the right size thing. And they're apparently going to handle it a lot better than the previous sort of like people that it was farmed out to. So it looks like it's getting handled a little bit more professionally now, and that people are starting to pay attention to what on earth is going on. So yeah, so the plan is now I'm out tomorrow, and so tomorrow's stream will hopefully be from a hotel, and yeah, and they'll hopefully be picking up tomorrow instead. But that was my morning basically. My entire morning and a bit of the afternoon was just taken up with dealing with all this nonsense, and it's quite annoying having basically packed the van for a second time, only to unpack it again, and I know I have to pack it again tomorrow. So it's a big hassle, and that's it. That's my news basically. Let's have a little look. I've probably got a load of chat now to catch up on. The APTH worked out. What are you talking about now? So Eddie saying basically my doctors have changed one of my meds. But oh, you're talking about the meds still. That's cool. Oh, thanks for the like now. Appreciate it. Always appreciate the likes, people. The likes really do help actually. So if you haven't hit that thumbs up, give me a quick tap on that. I don't know. Do you double tap the screen on here like you do on a short? I don't know. Don't know how that works. But um, oh yeah, that's an interesting question, Gracie. I remember you were supposed to be in Australia for quite a while, but then you sort of came back early. What happened with that? You never even told us. It just kind of happens. I've just been having some minstrels, Gracie. I nearly got Maltesers, but I got minstrels from Home Bargains. I picked up a bit of wood from there. I cheated and just bought some wood. It isn't too expensive in there, but I just couldn't be bothered with collecting any today. It's been such a long day, and yeah, just a bit easier. Just reading Alex's message. Did you turn into a 60-foot giant and terrorize half the city? I don't know if you're talking to me or somebody else in the chat, but I do. I don't know if you mean it to be a reference to a movie. I've not actually seen the movie, but I have seen some clips on YouTube. Is it Anne Hathaway? She where she like is in a sandpit or something, and she basically ends up materializing as a 60-foot giant in another city somewhere. Weird. Right, I'm almost caught up. That's all right, Gracie. You don't have to talk about it. Sparker saying, "Oh, Sparker's in. Hi, Sparker. Great that you've got someone with a bit of knowledge on the case." Yeah, I mean, I think basically the previous girl just didn't really want to like handle it. It was a complicated situation, and she probably isn't getting paid enough to, to deal with things like quite that complex. But this guy was obviously he's like, wow, he could see some of the notes on the file, but then but there was like a lot missing, and yeah, he could tell it had all gone a bit Pete Tong, and he was quite surprised at the situation and how badly it had been let sort of to just keep going bad. Oh, my back keeps being annoying. I don't know if I've got something biting me or what. Right. Oh, that's really, really annoying. Right, we're gonna do that there just to prolong things to see what happens. We're gonna shut that one down. And we're gonna shut that one down. That leaves us with just two. That's pretty good. Got Bold in. Hi Bold, good to see you. How are you doing, my friends? Oh, I'm gonna close that. Can we get lucky? Let's see. No, denied. Denied the luck, but I'm going to do that. And we'll see what's happening. Yeah, we'll do that. Let's create an extra one, unfortunately, but we'll do that. Go there. I just realised I still have my coat on from like 5 hours ago when I went to the shop for my mum. That sounds like Henry, that does. Henry does that all the time. He'll like have his coat on, come inside and just completely forget that he had his coat on. There you go, just use them to extend that out a bit, and because I quite like the positioning of those at the moment. Oh, I don't like it now though. All right, we're going to do that. Things are getting a bit worse, but we can now close a certain amount up. Oh, I wish that went the other way. I don't want to do anything crazy like that. Oh, that's so frustrating. What on earth? I'm just going to do that. It's a bit rubbish, but I'm going to do that. I'm going to close that down. Not getting. That would have been good there. If I'd have gone for the crazy move, that would have worked. How absolutely rude this is. Right. Let's move this around. Let's just check the chat a bit. Good to hear you're fine, Bold. Great. Yeah, I love seeing you guys chatting in the stream like that. Just chin wagging amongst yourselves. Always lovely. I'm going to put that one here. Put that one there. Kind of extend that out. Give me more options. I'll extend that one. What can we do here? Yeah, I quite like this. We could. Oh wait, hold on. If I did that, no, that doesn't. No, that doesn't work. So yeah, we're going to stick to that. We're going to put that there. Can't do what I want with this. Not really. I'm going to put that there. It's a risky move, but I feel like if the right thing comes out, we could be looking at a bit of a winner. I'm going to close this one off. See what we get. Oh, that's nice. That's very nice. That wasn't quite what I had in mind, but we'll accept that. Oh, it's running right off the table. I need to move things over, don't I? All right. Oh, really, Sparker? That sounds cool. Getting a boom for closing things up. That sounds excellent. No booms here, unfortunately. Oh my. And oh yeah, I'd use that there. And then there we go. Now we have a room to play. Let's see the chat a little bit better. It's random, Ellie. Like the things we'll stare at when we're zombieing out. It is a bit random. Not great bits really. I'm gonna do that. It's not my favourite move, but this is gnarly. Right, I'm gonna put that there and close that one off. See what we get. Okay. Can we work with this? Can't do that. Could potentially go like that, and then like that. Yeah, let's do it. I don't like it, but it's the best I've got right now. Yeah, we're going to go with that. We can close that one off. That's why we do it one at a time. We will make that one go a bit longer and longer still. And then we see what we've got. So, we can't put that in there, but we can put this one in there if I go like that. I don't really want to do that, but I could do this. I quite like that. We're going to go with that. We'll see what happens. Oh, I wish that had been the reverse, because then that would have looked really nice. As it stands, it might be better just to do that one. Oh, that's a bit brutal, isn't it? All right, we're going to do that. Just create corners. We like that. We're going to elongate that some more. Just bide time. What's going on? You guys chatting away. What next? We're going to go with that. Make ourselves a little. Man, I am getting bad cards. What do I do with these? I'm going to do that. It's a random thing to put three together, but I've got a lot of bag ones of these, which I think will work out well. There we go. Yeah, something like that. Oh, and we can kill out a corner. We're going to tie this one off. Actually, no, we're going to do this one over here. Get that one done. It's, oh, you can't quite see, but there we go. I realise I'm sort of off the mark a little bit here. So yeah, just close that one down. We'll work up to this corner here. It's the best I've got right now. It's getting a little bit out of hand. I don't like it at all. We're going to put that one there. Hope for a C close. Oh, that's a bit aggravating. You can turn it back down to 1, but I don't know that I want to do that. That is frustrating. I could do something like that, but it's not really going to help. Let's do it. Let's turn it down to 1. I can't put that there. I could put that there, but then I can't put that one on it. That's frustrating. What if I put it? Did that. It's just rude. It's just rude. All right, I'm going to put that one here. I'm going to do that, which might seem crazy, but I can then do that. Oh, my brain is so fried today. Too much nonsense has gone down today. It's been another very, very long and not the most productive day. Oh, there we go. That'll close that off. We'll just put that on there like that. That'll be fine. Got another closer. We'll close that one off, and then we're just working with these 4. Hoping for some C close here. We're going to put that there. Got a single close. I don't much like that. I'm going to put that there. And then we're going to put that one there. Turn them into 1. And we're going to close that off. So basically those are done like that, but I'm just going to stick them on the corner. And we're just hoping for a C close, really, which we don't get. It's gutted. I'm going to have to put that there like... Oh, if I do that, I can do that, but the problem is that goes up into there. How annoying. How annoying. I can't put either of them on it like that. Well, I could if I have a straight close left. Do I have one? We use one over here and one here. And one over there. No, I don't have a straight close left. If I put that on there, I end the game. Oh, that is diabolical. And oh, what if I do it that way? No, see that? Yeah, I already looked at that. I can't put that way around. It's frustrating. I'm going to go with that. I don't think this is a good call, but there's not many pieces left. Could have really done with that C close already. That's probably really bad, actually. I don't have a lot of choices here. No, that is my best choice. I'm just going to have to go with it and hope. Ah, how frustrating is that? I can't put that there. Oh. Is there going to be another one of these? If there's another one of these in the deck, because there's two of these. If we haven't used it, it's due out soon. It will go in here if I put that there. This is where knowing the deck really helps. I don't see it anywhere. I don't think we've used it. So I'm going to put that there in hopes to get another one of them, which will go here. And let's see what we get on the next card. That's not what we were hoping for. How many closes have we used? 1, 2, 3, 4. Five, is that 5? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We only have another single closer left. If I do that, I'm stuffing myself right up. How many corners do we have? We've used 1, 2, 3, 4. I think we have more corners. I'm going to do that and hope for a corner. A single close will do that. And if we get the other piece that I think's in the deck, that will work there. There's the single close. We have to hope my maths is right, and I've just got to go with this. If I get this, this will be the most epic finish in my life. Ah, you joke. You joke. I'm wrong. There was a C close. I swear there was 2 of these in the deck. So, oh, we did use it. Here it is. Ah. I've done myself right in. No, can't win. That's what happens. My eyesight is not working. Obviously, I'm blind. Yeah, you're right. No, it was a dud. I couldn't win it. I thought I had pieces left that I didn't have, but because I'd looked through, but I didn't look through well enough. My bad. It wasn't a dud game. It was a good game. I'm a dud today. I'm a bit of a dunce there. I could have done a lot better job with that, I think. I could tell I was making bad calls. Too late though. Yeah, you're right. The maze was not looking good now. I was doing a terrible job with that. So Gracie's asking where Sienna is. Sienna is out with her mum at a show. They've gone to see something at the theatre together. So she won't be with us this evening. We are flying without Sienna, but we have the rest of the family here. Well, the more daily people anyway. Obviously, there's a lot more family members out there. They're just the ones that don't come in every day like us. they got a semblance of a life somewhere else. Unlike me and you, we are family stuck here like a majority of the time, aren't we? You're doing some cooking, Ellie. Well done. Wow. Good skills to learn at your age. A lot of people don't bother. So many people I was at university with who just couldn't cook anything at all. Now Noah could cook, but I feel like I should tell the story of the grilled chicken sandwich, Noah. I feel like that's something I should bring up about this point. I know you hate that story, but I think I have to tell it now. No, it's like, no, don't tell it. Oh dear. Oh dear, that's like my go-to story about like university with Noah. Oh dear. I've got worse stories about Noah, but but those I definitely couldn't say in stream. But I feel like the chicken sandwich one is something I could definitely say. Oh dear. University days, man. Yeah. I know it's not representative of you anymore, Noah, but it was representative of you at that time in your life. If I said would be so bold. At university, like there were several stories I have of Noah. My best stories of university are all stuff that Noah did. Noah, Noah did some crazy stuff. He properly did university. Noah really properly did university. I didn't do that much. But Noah, he went all in and did like you could make a TV show about what Noah was up to. You'd get at least a season out of it for sure. It's mental. Um, but yeah, I was relatively boring at university. I mean, I got a reputation for a few random things. Like I'd always turn up late for my lectures, having sped across the campus on a scooter. So I'd turn up with a scooter in hand and just like bounding up the steps, and then spend the rest of the time just canoodling with my then girlfriend. And I think I was well known for that, and and not really paying attention to the lecturer at all. Oh dear. And he says, my brother set microwave chips on fire. Woo, that takes some doing. That is crazy. um, yeah, it's not that bad. Noah's one isn't that bad. It was more just a misjudgment of things. And I will say, Noah, you say it's not representative, assuming Noah's still here, you say it's not representative, but then there is the one about the fish pie as well, which was basically the same story, for want of a better thing, just like just happened in a different way. So I would say you've done a similar thing twice, and therefore it may actually be representative. No, Noah is actually one of the best cooks I know. He puts so much love into his cooking. But yeah, exactly. The fish pie was a mistake, Noah, and so was the toasted chicken sandwich. They were both mistakes, but they were funny mistakes, and they will live with me for all of my life. And I'll be honest, you had the one thing about Noah when he makes a mistake is a bit like Sienna's been saying to me how she finds it. I don't know what the word is, but she always like goes on about how well I deal with all these negative situations and don't let it get me down and stuff. And to be fair, I don't see that as anything like amazing or anything. Just because like I'm used to people being like that. Like Noah is so good, like in a crisis, just like me. But also, when things go wrong, he doesn't stir on it for like the next however long. You just kind of put your hands and go, oh well, I made a mistake, and then you just learn from it. And Noah is definitely solid at doing that. It's one of his most redeeming characteristics, shall we say? That's the best way to say something like that, I suppose. But yeah, that's one of the things that makes Noah one of the most solid people that I know. Oh my lord! I put myself a corner on, but I don't have anything to build a corner, so I can't be closing this down anytime soon. I don't want to cover that corner up too much. We're going to go with that. Not ideal, not ideal at all, but we'll work with it. Well, of course. Well, to be honest, that's just what I'm. It's just because they come to mind because they are food related, Sparker. But I mean, I've got stories about me and Noah for days. Can I talk about the? Can I talk about the wild boar cloth and our trip up there, Noah, and the nutscape? Is that allowed? because I was thinking about that the other day, and I was just in tears of laughter about it. Oh dear, because I was thinking I want to do something like that again at some point, and yeah. So I don't know if anyone remembers this. Noah's given the okay for this story, so I don't know if anyone remembers. But no, I didn't know anything about it except for Noah basically brought it up to me, and at the time I thought it sounded really hilarious. Um, but we're basically walking up this. We've gone over to the Peak District, and we've gone to a place where we can park up near a little. It's a cloth, I think they call it. Like it's called Wild Boar Cloth, which is essentially a place where you can kind of do a bit of a scramble up like some waterfalls and stuff like that, and a really cool like little spot for it. Plus, we could there was a spot there where we could camp overnight, and this is one of our really early adventures. I think were we in our 20s, Noah, or was it maybe early 30s on that one? I'm not sure, but we were young. It was a long time ago, probably around 30, I would guess. Um, yeah, no, was saying it was a meme thing or something. So anyway, we're scrambling up this thing and getting near the top, and it's getting a little bit easier. And Noah's telling me about this meme. Then I was going to say trends. Yeah, early 30s says Noah. And he starts telling me about this thing where basically it's called a nutscape, where you take a picture of like a landscape or something or whatever you take a picture of, and you get a friend to basically dangle their nuts, so to speak, in front of the camera, just enough that you can kind of see a blur of something in the corner, so that when they're showing people these photos, they can see it, but they don't know that they're looking at the person's nuts. And so when we got to the top of this thing, we were in laughter about it, and I was like, "We've got to do it now." And they said this, we have to do this. And so we're at the top of this mountain range, essentially, like having done this scramble, and I'm literally like bent down taking a photo of the scenery, with Noah trousers down in front of me, taking the shot from between his legs. And it was so hilarious because I couldn't hold the camera straight because I was laughing so hard. And I ended up taking the shot, but like had way too much of his nuts in it. I said, look, you just have to crop it out. You can literally see too much. Oh dear. The things you get up to on a scramble and a hike and stuff, just mental. Um, Hi, Damsel. Yeah, yeah. So this was a thing back when me and Noah were in our early 30s. Apparently, I mean, I just trust Noah that it was a thing. He might have made this entire thing up just to mess with me. It didn't seem like the likelihood that was very strong. He oh, look at that. Yes, got another finish. That's two to me, one to Bandido. 2-1. We'll take that. I just like the idea of like Noah showing like his like family or friends this photo of like where we were climbing, and somebody going, "What's that in the corner there?" And he's like, "Oh, I don't know. It must be just like a smudge, or maybe like had thumb in the way or something." And realistically, they're just looking at his nutsack without realizing it. That's hilarious. We've got wonderful waff waff or waff waff. Wonderful, we'll call you. I was born in 80 and am starting to feel old now. To be fair, I feel younger now than I did a few years back. I think how old you feel is quite relative. It depends on a lot of factors. Obviously, health is a big one, but also just where you are in your life in terms of, you know, what you're up to and things like that. And it's if you've got a lot of stress, a lot of negativity, you're going to feel drained. You're going to feel tired, and if you're not looking after yourself, you're going to feel old real quick. But when we're younger, a lot younger, like in your 20s and stuff, you can get away with a lot more stress and a lot more demand on your body and your time, and you kind of bounce back. So you have to kind of look after yourself a bit more as you get older, but you can still feel young if you are. Hairy nuts, yeah, I remember that. I remember you saying that you could actually see some of the hairs, so it wasn't really going to work out that well. And I was like, damn. I was just laughing so hard. Yeah, damsel. I'll repeat what has changed, just so you know. I did say it earlier, but the long and short of it is they were supposed to pick the van up today. The guy turned up in the morning, having packed everything away for the second time. And he turns up and tells me he can't take it because it's too big for his vehicle. So so I had to get onto the blower to the company and try to figure some stuff out. And after a few ums and ahs about it being Saturday and stuff like that, I eventually got a call from a specialist company who were going to come and pick it up tomorrow. But the bonus of the whole thing is that the guy who's now dealing with it is he's like the liaison, because the company ABL are not like a repair company. They're like a they do the repairs, but they're kind of like they manage the situation for the insurance company. So the insurance company basically say, right, you guys go off and deal with this for us now, and they're in charge of assessing the vehicle, doing all the kind of like the work on everything, and giving the numbers to the insurance company, who then make the choice: do we write it off or do we fix it? And we're not there yet, so I know that we're basically at a stage where they haven't yet given a full valuation of the damages plus the value of the vehicle to the insurance company, but they will basically want to have both of those numbers before they make a choice. I've done a little bit of Googling to figure out what that is, and normally, apparently in this country, if it's about 50 to 70% the cost of, if the repair is going to be about 50 to 70% of the cost of the vehicle, they'll likely write it off, which could well happen. But from what everyone's been saying, I haven't all the professionals who've seen the images, and I've talked to about the frame being bent, it's kind of like the crumple zone part. It's like designed to do it. So it seems that everyone's in agreement that it can be fixed. It's just whether or not it's cost effective for the insurance company. If they write it off, what I've learned is that the value of my van's probably going to be enough that I'll get a lot more money than I thought I was going to get, which wouldn't be a bad thing. And then I'd have the choice then at that point: do I repair this one, or do I do a new one? I mean, I feel like it. Then I'll need more information, see how much the repairs are actually going to cost, and how difficult it's going to be. But having driven the higher one and knowing the size of that and figuring out what I could potentially do with it, there is a bit of me that's real tempted. I'm feeling like if I could get a big old cash payment for this and then have them give it back to me, so I can essentially take parts out of this that I'd want to use, and kind of sell any other bits and pieces off that I don't want to, and then at the end I'd have a vehicle that I could probably sell. Probably once I've like ripped a fair bit of stuff out, it might not have that much resale value, especially because it'll be damaged and stuff. But I think like a breaker would take it off my hands or something like that. So yeah, I don't know. There's going to be a lot of questions involved with it in terms of like what I'm going to do. So Sparker, you are right. It won't get told on here because Noah asked me not to. However, when you and I meet up for our camping trip in the spring, ask me about it then, remind me, and I will tell you the chicken sandwich story. Mono e mono. We've got Max in. Hi Max. I'm good, brother. How are you doing? Hopefully you just caught the story I was telling. I've told it for the second time. Dan was saying, oh, sorry to hear that. So much hassle going back and forth. I think you deserve a new house on wheels for after this. Well, yeah, I mean, I'd be very tempted. I certainly know that I would deserve the bath that I'm going to have tomorrow. I don't know how late the stream's going to be tomorrow, because I might well be in the bath for about 3 hours before I actually bother to stream. We do not know. Hopefully I didn't miss anyone's comments earlier. I realised that I kind of skipped through some. But yeah, hi Dan, so I hope you're well, now that I've done all the updating. Yeah, basically, human, the van's getting taken tomorrow now. So I've been packing and unpacking the van constantly throughout the week, and we have fingers crossed that tomorrow is the day. But I don't mind. They as far as all these official people are concerned, I'm currently staying in a hotel and have like basically paid out the money they gave me for it, but I obviously have not. So I am making a bit of profit out of that. One thing I'll do tonight after the stream is have a little look around at, because it occurs to me that while I could just book up the one at the services nearby, for the all the way to Tuesday. So basically, all the way including Monday night, and check out on Tuesday, which is kind of what they paid me money up to. So if I have to stay anywhere for longer than that, I'll be immediately getting back onto them for some more funds. Now, it occurs to me that I don't have to book that up until Tuesday. I could just book a couple of days there, and then book somewhere else over towards where we're going to be, because on Monday in the evening, Ethan has a table tennis tournament that he's going to be playing at. He's subbing in, excuse me, he's subbing in again for, I think it's a Division 1 team. So he gets a handicap because he's a Division 4, I think, or Division 5, I forget, I think he's 4. So yeah, it'll be an interesting thing because I'll get to watch him, and we'll see, like, you know, how his skills are coming along. He did quite well on the last one when he was subbing for somebody. Oh, that's a bit brutal, isn't it? What's that about? I feel like I'm going to just put this one here, just see what comes back. Ah, see, then that's a bit nicer. If we do that, we can close that one off. We'll see what we're going to get over here. I think I like that. No, I don't. That's terrible. What we're doing. I'm going to use that. If we get lucky here, oh, we could get lucky. Can we get a corner? Oh yeah, baby. We can put that in. Ah, we can do that one. Oh yeah, 3-1. Beat Bandido 3-1. So yeah, so my thought is that we could basically stay there until Monday, not Tuesday, and then I could book us maybe even a swankier hotel over towards where we'll be on Monday, because I'm thinking about going over to Milton Keynes or Bedford and spending the day with Ethan over there, getting a little bit of nice South Korean street food from places. One of the places that they have over there. That's actually probably one of the best things that I discovered when I was in Winchester with Louise, going back a few months. We tried this South Korean restaurant. Basically, I said we should go out and get some food, and I kind of looked around, and there was an area where there's lots of, and she concurred, there was this area where there's lots of restaurants. So we kind of just walked along, and in fact, what was it? Yeah, we were going to see the. Yeah, I think that was when we were going to go see go do the sort of we're going to see some fireworks and do like the torches, the wax, sort of everyone walking around with open fire up the street, crazy stuff. But before we started on that, we just walked up and had a look to see what places there were nice, that looked good to eat. And I spotted this sort of it's like a fast food thing, really, but just like, you know, street food kind of like vendor thing. But it's kind of like a bit like, I don't know if you know, like a chopsticks place on that, but, you know, quick like food bar basically. And we popped in, and it was amazing. I love it. I think it's called Kokoro or something like that. I'm not sure, but yeah, it's but they have them. It's a bit of a chain thing, so they have them in other places, and they have them in Milton Keynes and in Bedford as well. So we're going to go over, do something in the day, get some food for one of those, and yeah, I figure if we're over that way, why not potentially book a hotel over that way? So I'm going to have a look, see what the options are, and if I can maybe get somewhere with something fun going on, maybe like a swimming pool or something. That is the current plan. Right, let's have a little look at the thing. Well, I'm fairly confident it's tomorrow now. Yeah, I'm fairly confident. They finally seem like they're actually putting their act together, and that people who know what they're actually doing are starting to deal with it. So it does feel like I'm fairly confident. I think you should post it, Ellie. Post it on my community so I can see your food as well. I'll be interested at your culinary skills to see how good a cook you are. That's a bad piece, but we could. I don't know about putting it there. Right, I'm just going to put that there. We're going to see what happens. Okay, we'll put that one there. Could be bad. We're putting a lot together here, but no, that has worked out beautifully. Look at this. Yes, that's what we want. We'll put that one there, and now we've got plenty of space to work with that. But now we have to deal with this nonsense. I think if we did that, it's no good. I'm going to go there. And I'm going to put that one there. Go for a corner one here. Yeah, it'd be the opposite to that one. I like it. We're going to commit to a corner piece there. Right, time to move this over. It's all getting a bit too far that way. All right. There we go. Grace saying I was definitely not spying on one of the family members. Kokoro, yeah, there we go. But Pete's in. Hi, Pete. Good to see you. Yeah, that place is awesome. They the Korean chili, I think it's called, or whatever. The chili chicken, basically. Yeah, beautiful. Love that. That's awesome. And then there's another dish that I like as well. I've tried two dishes. Well, three. I've tried three, and I like two of them. The other one was like it was what Louise was having. I wasn't that keen on it. To be fair, she liked mine more as well. I'm pretty good at ordering from places. Ah, dearie me. What do we do here? I think I'm going to close that one off. If I did that, maybe, if I do that, with the right pieces, this could work out. Be careful, but with the right pieces, that could work. There is a piece that would connect them up. Oh, talking of, it's not quite the one. There is one that's the opposite. That'd be what we're looking for, but for now, that can go here. Just got to remember to use it when it appears. We have this one over here still. I don't know if you can actually see it. Nah, there's a single one over this end, but yeah, I should move the table a bit. There we go. That's a bit better. You made. Do you know that's how it sounds like you'd be well on a camp with me and Noah, because whenever we make food at camp, we always make way too much. It's kind of like the running thing, really. We have Dreamy in. Hi, Dreamy. Ernie is in. Hi, Ernie. Hope you're well. Lovely to see you. Gracie's been spying on Leroy. Okay. Or rather, not spying on Leroy. I do apologise, Gracie. I mean, you were not spying on Leroy. We're going to just keep extending these out for now. Tread water, basically. Bide the time. Oh, do you know what I'm going to flip that way. I don't like it, but we're going to do that one there. We could do that. All right, we're going to do that. Gets these used. going to close that off. Then we're waiting for a very specific piece here and here. This is a very odd game. Oh, there's the one for that. Speak of the devil. We'll close this one off at this end, so you can see this arm here. It ends up, and I'll just put that on the end. Pete's saying you can't beat a chopsticks though. My go-to motorway service spot. Do you know what? They have a chopsticks over at the services where I'm going to be staying at the hotel, and that is potentially a meal that I might have. I might be having that tomorrow, depending on how everything like basically pans out, because it's fairly likely that when I pick up Ethan on Saturday, we'll probably have like a KFC together. So they're the two places over there that I'll eat at. The other ones are like Mexicana, and I think that's still running. Me and Noah had a conspiracy theory that it was basically like a money laundering thing, because they had this thing open and no one was ever there buying anything. And the only way to afford the staff at a place where no one's buying anything is if it's a front for that. Oh, still waiting on. I'm going to put that there. Whap that there. There we go. Oh, is that? Oh, it's the wrong one again. I didn't know there was two of each of those. Apparently there are. So there'll be two of the ones that I need. Interesting. I did not know that. I'm going to put that one there. Oh, we've got Rosie Roberts in. Hi Rosie, good to see you again. It's been a minute. How have you been? I'm going to put that one here. My new profile pic. Have I changed my profile pic? I don't think I have. Oh, maybe you're talking about Ellie's drawing though in my community page. Is that the thing you're talking about? Because that is amazing. Oh, this is. I've got a closer now, and I have an opening here, and just this one here. But I'm waiting on this. I have to get that closed before I can close both of these. But I might just close that one off, be done with it, and just work on this one. And it seems like that's sort of worked out. I'll put that way. Yes. So, oh, there it is. Talk of the devil. Look at that. Yes. So we're gonna turn that into that like that. Oh, that's rude. Why do they always come out together and always end up with two of these things? That's absolutely rude, that is. Oh, it's not going to work with it either. That is diabolical. What the heck? Just when I thought it was going well. I'm going to have to avoid using them at the moment. That's annoying. I'm going to go there, see what we get. Oh dear, it's so bad. Oh, we got it down pretty tight, and then it's this has happened. Just bored with work, yeah. That's a common ailment, that one, Rosie. Oh, I missed Rohan. Hi, Rohan. Sorry, I missed you. I'm just scrolling up. Rohan stood guard with a vigilant eye, where trolls would gather and grumble and pry. With clicks swift and sure, he'd quietly scan, while Molly rolled up in his rumbling van. Wow. Some good rhyming by Rohan again. Solid work, my friend. You made too much and ate it almost all of it, Ellie. I'm reading. Oh dear. I mean, you're good cleaning up after yourself as well. Are you looking after yourself today a bit then? I take it your parents haven't cooked or cleaned up for you, so you must be taking care of yourself a bit. Oh, I didn't. No, I've just seen you. You were worried I'd missed your poem, Graham, but I had gone back. So there you go. We've got Sailor in again. Hi, Sailor. Good to see you. Glad your pizza was good. You're what free? Oh, yeah. Of course, it was free because it was from your work thing. Yeah, there we go. Loyalty pays. Yeah. Um, and Rosie, my by my son, I assume you mean Ethan. Ethan is good. Thank you very much. He is doing very well. Oh, I'd like to put that there in the hopes to get the right piece, but we've already run a lock on that a fair bit. I don't like pushing my luck too much. I think that piece is available, but yeah, it's basically the mirror of this. That's a big ask for that to come out soon. Very big ask. Can I do that? That's better. Let's do that. I like that. Oh yes, look at this. That's worked out well. We have somehow salvaged it, but I still have these two really nasty pieces to work with. Oh, that's working. Can we get the C, please? Just one more of these and we're good. Come on. Oh, we've got a single closer. That doesn't really help. If I use that, I'm stuck if one of these comes out. So I think I'm going to have to use one of these. This is brutal. Just done so well with it. I'm going to do that. That's my best bet. Let's see what we get. Oh, that's okay. That's going to help with that. We're going to go there. We're going to do that one. Apologies, we're kind of getting away from here. Yeah, Rosie, I've given the news on the van plenty of times. I guess I need to give it one more time, maybe. It's being picked up tomorrow. We seem to have had some level of resolution on it. I'm going to put that there. So it's looking fairly promising that they actually will pick it up tomorrow. You joke. Look, I was talking about that piece. That's the one that would have gone here. We worked it out in the end anyway, but what a joke. Now I need a piece here that goes across, which I've done to myself without giving it much thought at all, because there's one here, two. Yeah, there is another one in there, and there's ones that will do that without necessarily, like another one like that could work as well. But I now need to deal with this stuff. Oh, it's going to get off the board. This is getting complicated again. Dearie me. Oh, do you know what we can do? We can do that one here. We'll look to play that one here. So now we could play that one there, so we have options. But my plan at the moment is to just close this one off, leaving us the double here for a C close. And we've got a single. If I play that there, how bad is it if I play that there? That's okay. So we're going to play that there for close. Looking for a C close. No joy. So I'm going to have to play that one here. I think we'll have to move this entire thing across a bit, which is crazy. I'm going to put that one there. If I put it underneath, it'll probably stop it from falling off. There we go. Right off the edge of the table. We've got a closer, but that's not really that helpful. Single closer isn't going to do us much good here. One. We can put that there. Oh, I'm being cramped into the corner here. I'm going to put that there. And then we will close that one off. So that's basically that done. We'll put that one on the end of that. That's supposed to be there. I'm going to hold it for now, see what we get. That's not good. So then we'll have that one there. Oh, we have a closer. I need a corner. Dang, that's annoying. That's really annoying. So these are the bits I have. I think you can see these. Yeah, I don't know if you can see this bit. Yeah. So if I close it, there are 3 cards. That one has to be a corner that goes in there, which I think we have available. Because I did a quick look. That's the wrong one. That's the wrong one. Wait. Oh no. That's... Whoa. So there's 1, 2, 1, 2, 3 that are the wrong one. They've gone out. And there's 3 of the right one. That's 1 of the right ones. That means there's 2 of the good ones here. I'm just double checking because I made this mistake before, but I'm pretty sure 2 of these 3 is the right card. The odds are in my favour here. I have to go with it. We're going to close that off. So that closes, and we hope that this next card is one of the corners. Oh yeah, how epic was that? That's insane. Oh, that's brilliant. Okay, what was the next card? That was a good corner as well, and the last card was the C close that we were waiting on, but we never needed because we got it done. How solid was that? 2 cards left, and I've managed to just absolutely just own that. Yes, that was an epic, epic game. I really hope Noah was here to see that one. That was mental. That's awesome. I hope Sparker's here as well. Jeez. Oh, because you have... Oh, I see. Noah's talking about it being free because of some other reason. Okay. Stamp. I like that. So they do like a loyalty thing like at coffee shops then. I see. Okay. I don't eat pizza, so I didn't know that they do that sort of thing. Are we talking about someone being arrested? Prince Andrew or something, really? Wow. Jeffrey saying, I look like... Well, that's interesting. Normally I get called by I get told I look like the person who he is obviously impersonating. But Jeffrey here says I look like Saul Goodman. I'll take that. Saul Goodman. We've got some modded chat. Let's check that out. Kyle saying some nasty people in here. They got my friend Vladdy banned. Not mentioning it in here. Vladdy got himself banned. Duncan asking what's the name of the game. It's called Bandido. I shall give you a look at the box. It's really worth having a crack. You can play it with people as well, but it works as a solo game, which is really useful. Everybody's saying, sorry, I'm not in the live a lot, sir. I just have work and I'm busy. What are you calling me sir for? Just call me Molly. It's June and I, and sorry but that's news. Hope you and everything. No, you never have to be worried about not being in. I was only teasing. Don't you worry, Rosie. You come in when you can. That's good enough. It's a Roman game. It roams all over the table. It's a roaming all over the table, isn't it? Right. Talking of things like that, it's actually made me think I need to do the dad jokes. And Ellie, you'll be pleased to know if you're here. We're going to do 2 because we didn't do yesterday's. I forgot all about it after you left. Hey, no, I was here. Thank you, Noah. Yeah, that was really nicely done. I was really pleased with that game. All right. Go on. All right. Yep, dad joke. How come you're not happy with your brother, Ellie? What has your brother done? You can be typing that out while I do the dad joke. Here we go. Well, do you know what? Let me bring you in closer. We're done with we're done with Bandido. He has been defeated enough today. He did get one win. He did escape one time, but we've got him back several times. So, well, a bit close. Let's try that. There we go. Now saying I'm home. I watched the end of that game. If you didn't see, I saw the earlier message now. Yeah, thank you. I was really pleased with that game. That was awesome. Right, dad joke of the day number 1. So this will be yesterday's joke. Why did the crab never share? Because he's shellfish. Oh, that is an old one, and it's also, that's a high level cringe, that one. That is high level cringe. Right, dad joke number 2. Today's dad joke. Whoop, dad joke. Right, here we go. How many tickles does it take to make an octopus laugh? Oh, we've all heard this, surely. 10 tickles. Which is daft because he's got 8 arms, so surely it would take 8 tickles, but but we get it. Tentacles. He's got 8 tentacles, but it takes 10 tickles to make him laugh. Oh dear, that's not too cringy, that one, to be fair, and it was a decent joke when it came out, but I mean that joke's older than me, I reckon. Ooh, right, so what I'm going to do quickly, get this table moved. We'll get the fire cranked. We'll pop you guys over here, as we do, and have you back there. I'm going to throw a log in the fire. We should have, yeah, we've got some decent embers at the back here. Just need to bring it all forward a bit. Oh, got some really good embers there, actually. Wow. We don't need to throw a lot in. I think one log will do the job. That's crazy. It lasted a lot longer than I expected, and it's got really good coals. Yeah, I think we're all right. Don't think we need to do anything else with that. It'll go to flame soon. Woohoo! Oh, I've got that light on in the background. Let's turn that off. We don't need that on. Good. So you'll notice the walls are still a bit bare back there. We don't have our utensils or anything like that. Oh no, don't go buying dad jokes. They're not very good. Go get some better jokes. That's what I'd say, Gracie. Yeah, tentacles. Yeah, we got there. Sailor say, Molly, if you're into 70s, 80s, and 90s music quizzes, my friend runs one. Not particularly, because I'm not very good with. Oh, there we go. Look, it's suddenly lit up, and you can see the lovely flame. Beautiful. In fact, we can probably close that down now. Don't need it raging or anything. Yeah, I'm not a huge fan of quizzes per se. I do like to do stuff with friends though. So if I have somebody to do it with, then it's a good laugh. I'm up for most things if I've got friends to do it with. What's a cat's favourite dessert? Asks Gracie. I have no idea. Go on, Gracie. I'm sure the jokes are coming. What's the punchline for that? Hassan's family is in. What's up, homie? I guess. What's your favourite joke? Oh, I don't know that I have a favourite joke. I often struggle to remember jokes, if I'm honest. But then when I hear them, I'm like, oh yeah, I remember that joke. It's really good. I mean, my favourite go-to joke is just like, what do you call a fish with no eye? Fish, right? But that's pretty lame. GN guys being sensible. What? What is Gracie? So Gracie, what's your punchline? You asked what's a cat's favourite dessert, and then I assumed that was a joke, and there was going to be a punchline. I haven't seen your punchline. What did you say? Me and my brother have dry wit humour. Give us an example. I'm not always good with what humour is what. What's dry wit? Is that a bit like? Is that a little bit like sarcasm adjacent? Like I'm feeling that's what that means. I'm not sure. I'm a bit bad with terminology, to be fair. There's so many holes in my knowledge because I don't pay attention to things. Like a bit like with whole politics stuff and whatnot and religions and things. I'm pretty like basic in my knowledge of all that stuff. It's like politics is almost non-existent, and yeah, it's a bit like that with the names of things. I'm terrible with naming of things. Like there's like methods of doing things stuff that I know, but I couldn't tell you what the names of any of it is because I can never remember. I know how to do things, but I can't remember what they're called. And he's saying, I will tell you again why I'm not speaking to my brother. Oh, so did I miss something? Let me have a little look, Ellie. Oh, your mum bought you an orange juice and he drank the last cupful and we have none left, so I'm not speaking to him. Oh, and what was Gracie talking about? Oh, you got your TV set up, Gracie, I see. How is it? How is the 55 inches? Oh, you've written it again anyway. Sorry, Ellie. I didn't mean to make you write it again. Yeah, I'm guessing you love your orange juice. I used to drink orange juice all the time when I was younger, and my mum let me like. But we used to have like a milkman bringing like the milk and like the pint bottles and stuff, the glass ones, and he had like the glass pint bottles. He'd do like orange juice in them as well, and I'd get like a pint of orange juice every day. Like not every day, it's like 5 or 6 days a week because that's how many times he delivered. So just on the days when he delivered, we'd get like the orange juice. So I'd have like this like just like fresh bottle of orange juice all the time. Not that it was probably fresh orange juice. It was probably, I mean, it could have even been concentrate. I don't even know because it was just in a glass bottle. So who knows? But but it's something I used to drink all the time like that. But it's not actually that good for you because it's just very sugary and they took all the goodness out by essentially getting rid of all the fibre and stuff like that. So you're left with just the sugary water, which is not exactly great. I mean, there's obviously it's better than just sugary water for sure, but it's not exactly great for you. I mean, to be fair, you shouldn't have a huge amount of fruit in a day anyway. People hear like the 5 fruit and veg a day, but it's actually more like you can't have like just 5 fruit. You should be more like towards the vegetables and stuff. I mean, there's some fruits that are better than others, but there's a lot of fruits that are just very high sugar content, and yeah, it's not exactly the best balance. We've got big poop pump. The big no big no, it's not big poop. Big popper pump. Is that what we're saying? I don't know. I tried to organise a hide and seek tournament, but good players are really hard to find. Oh, that's class. That is absolute class. I swear I've heard that somewhere before in the past, but that's cracking. That's cracking. Well done, big pump. And he's saying, it's okay, it only took me a few seconds. Oh, yeah, I guess you could copy paste a fair bit of it, so that's all right. Oh, Done Home Adventurer. Oh, let me remember now. Is that Jay? Tell me I got it right this time. Is it Jay? But hi, welcome in. And Rosie's saying, what is the leading cause of dry skin? I'm sensing a joke here. What is the leading cause of dry skin? I don't know. Tell us, Rosie. Ellie's saying, me, my mum and sister. Yeah, got it this time, Done Home. I didn't call you Max by mistake, but it does help that Max has been in a few times recently, so I remember what he's called now. Oh dear. How you doing, Joe? Hope you're well. Hope you're doing all right. Me, my mum and sister are going out Saturday. So I'm going to get some orange juice and some other healthier things for me to take to school, even though I will be stressing because of my exams. Well, anything you can do to kind of help relieve the stress is a good call, really, Ellie. So have yourself a few treats on hand and things like that. I mean, you shouldn't do that all the time, but I think for little things like exams and things, you can just, treat yourself a little bit, but keep yourself balanced as well. It's not a time at doing exams where you want to kind of get yourself all kind of like knocked off balance, like health wise and mentally and that as well. Glad you're well, Jay. Um, and he's saying so yes, let's go. My exams don't spread out the whole day. Well, yeah, I guess. So how many exams have you got coming up? Because I guess are they like mock exams or are they actually like some early stuff? Because I know like obviously you've got 9 exams in 2 weeks. Oof. So like 4 or 5 each week, I guess. Is it kind of fairly evenly spread, or have they kind of just bunged them all together? On that, that'd be nasty. Like they go, oh, we can just give you 3 on this day, 2 on this day, 3 on this day, and then 1 some weird day in the back. That'd be like awful. I'm hoping they kind of spread them out, so you just got like one a day or something. I missed the punch on the other Rose. Let me see. No, I don't see it, Rosie. Oh wait. Let me make sure I've got the chat settings on. Oh my lord, I've not. No, I've got all messages on. So I didn't see it, Rosie. You just said what is the leading cause of dry skin, and then I haven't seen a message since. So maybe it got. Sometimes people send messages and they don't even turn up on like because normally if it's modded I get to see it, but there is times when someone says one. Towels is the answer. Oh, Gordon Bennett. Rosie, that's terrible. It's good, but it's terrible. Like that just makes you wonder why didn't you think of that? 2 on Monday, 2 on Tuesday, 2 on Wednesday, 1 on Thursday, and then 2 the week after. Oh wow! So pretty tidy schedule there, but that's quite a lot. And he's saying YouTube hates me half the time, so it doesn't let my messages through. Yeah, I've noticed this. YouTube gets a bit funky about letting like messages through, and it gets really annoying because I'm like, just let me see it in the mod at least, but it doesn't let me see all the modded chat always. It's just a bit frustrating. It's yeah, what can you do? Oh, that is beautiful. That wood's really good actually. So this is the bought wood. I bought this from Home Bargains. It's just the big packs of. They cost a fiver, but you get a big pack of actual wood, like logs, rather than the compressed stuff that I usually buy. Because they haven't got the compressed stuff anymore. I think they've stopped selling it, which is an absolute shame. But I do know where I can buy that online in like quarter, half, and full pallet loads. If I bought a full pallet, it'd be even cheaper. Um, but as I've said before, I'm not going hopefully going to try to actually produce my own wood all next year, so I don't have to rely on it at all. But yeah, it's we'll see how that goes. Um, was that Jay saying, Elliot, I'm having problems with YouTube at the moment too? Yeah, I think we all are. I think YouTube just as a whole is just one big problem at the moment. uh, really, Ellie? That's weird. Um, what on earth are you talking about, Gracie? What's done? Down Wednesday night. What on earth? And we have Freya Solin saying you need to be vegan. No, I don't. I will never be vegan. In fact, I strongly feel like that's a really bad health decision for anybody who decides to do that. Our bodies are not designed to live in that way. No, no, no. That'd be like deciding to live underwater. Unnatural. So Rosie's saying you look like a football manager called Jim Goodwin. Never heard of him. I'm not a football fan, so I couldn't even fathom who that person looks like. What's Jay saying? Yeah, YouTube was down Wednesday. Is that what Gracie's talking about? That it was down or something? I don't know. Um, Rosie saying me and my brother are vegetarian. Vegetarian's not the worst thing. I mean, when you say vegetarian, it's because some vegetarians will like still have like eggs and milk and things. Do you have that sort of stuff, or are you like off that as well? I honestly I can't remember what is what because there's like pescatarians and things like that as well. Oh, Dreamy's in the chat again. What's the difference between Adolf Hitler and Michael Phelps? I'm not even sure who Michael Phelps is. Is that the swimmer? I'm not sure. But let's hear the punchline anyway. Uh, Freya saying, "Don't stay dumb." Um, doesn't dumb mean that you can't talk? Hmm. I don't know. Um, what's that? Yeah, being vegan is hurting your body, says Ellie. Yeah, exactly. Like you're built to get your protein from animals. In fairness, as well, like so, I've noticed that obviously, your body processes different proteins in different ways, and you can get like say like whey protein from milk. Basically, is my body seems to do all right with, and like chicken will give me plenty of protein, but like cow protein, like red meat protein. Oh, criping out loud! Oh, I do, I do apologise. Technical issues. My phone ran out of battery. Silly me. I wasn't paying attention, so I do apologise. Um, yeah. So as I was saying, before the stream decided to cut off like that, I do apologise. Yeah, I find that red meat protein, it just my body processes it better, and it seems to do me a lot more good. But yeah, definitely, it's quite hard to get enough protein off of plant-based diet. Not impossible, but you're not going to get the good kind of protein either. To be fair, they do like a vegan collagen and vegan protein, I think, stuff and like that. But it's not good. It's not great. Um, I see you guys chatting even when I was gone. See you, Jay. I don't know if I've missed you, but if you're still there, oh, Dreamy, that's terrible. I've just seen the punchline to Dreamy's joke. Michael Phelps can finish a race. that's that's out of order. It's funny, but it's out of order. That's the kind of humour that does get me because it's so wrong. But that's the kind of stuff that you'd hear from Jimmy Carr, and I would find that funny. Oh, I've missed somebody. Yeah, Ellie's saying I'd rather be dumb than be vegan. Yeah. Um, so Rosie's saying, yeah, we have milk, eggs, and fish. Yeah, that's all right. And yeah, it's not so bad. There's plenty of options in there then. So if I cook a bit of salmon, you're all right, like, innit? Yeah. I was right. The Michael Phelps is a swimmer. There you go. My memory isn't that terrible then. Um, right, let's get back down to the bottom. Yeah, I love Jimmy Carr's humour. I have been told off by Sparker because he has some. There was some political stuff about Jimmy a while back about him performing somewhere or something, and I don't know. I'm not really like I'm so out of politics. I don't notice these things. I don't really pay attention to them. So I'm more just like he does loads of good stuff on YouTube where he puts his crowd work stuff up, and it's always just gold. It really is. Always makes me laugh, puts me in a good mood, which is kind of the point of good comedy. Really, it's all I really that's all I really need from Jimmy Carr. Just some good comedy. Um, um, I imagine there's a few other meats you don't have, not just steak and chicken. Like, you means you probably don't have burgers, you probably don't have like sausages and bacon and things. So yeah, Wayne's in. Hi Wayne, good to see you, my buddy. Hope you're well. Yeah, just had a little bit of a hiccup on the stream. I failed to pay attention to my battery levels. Yeah, just checking everything out. Looks okay. Yes, I'm still in my van, Wayne, because they failed to pick it up today. The chap did come out, but he was not able to load it onto his vehicle because his vehicle couldn't take the size of my van. Mine was too big for him. It's basically what he's saying. You know, heard it all before. Yes. No. So yeah, tomorrow is now the new ETA for getting the van taken away. Yeah, and it has definitely been confirmed that they have not they're not there's no for sure that they're actually going to fix the van. It's still a question of is it going to get fixed or written off. So we'll see. Hey, Rach is in. Hi, Rach. Good to see you. How are you doing? No, not in my hotel yet. Tomorrow night, potentially, is the hotel. Everything got changed around, Rach. It's been one of those really complicated days where everything kind of got thrown up in the air. So, yeah, a bit crazy. Ellie's saying, well, I'm trying to improve my mental health before my exams, so I'm struggling, but I don't like to bring it up to people because I feel bad, like I'm putting pressure on people. No, no, Ellie, you're welcome to talk about it in the chat here. That's part of what this channel's about. It's giving people a place to talk about their stuff, and stuff in people's lives is sometimes positive, and we really love to hear that. But we also love to hear the other stuff, which is what's going on with you. And you're all you got to do is bear in mind that if you bring up stuff in this chat, you are going to get inundated with people being positive and trying to tell you to be as positive and look on the bright side and things like that. We're going to basically try to cheer you up and tell you, like, kind of cheerlead you on, basically. So, if you don't want to hear a load of that, don't tell us about your stuff. But if you're happy to hear us tell you about how good you are and how you'll get through, then by all means tell us all about your stuff, and we'll be happy to listen. Um, well, Wayne, write off doesn't necessarily mean like as if never going to see the van again. It just means that basically the insurance company have decided that it's not economical to. Well, it depends. Like if your vehicle's absolutely bashed and can never be roadworthy again, then yeah, then they actually. So depending what category it goes under, it could be like one where they actually no, we actually have to crush this vehicle because it cannot be resold, so have to get it sorted. Um, but I imagine if they wrote this off, it'd be the category where it's just that the under like basically the insurance company's decided it's not economical to fix, because if it costs more than 50 or 70%, it depends on the insurance company, but uh, if it's more than say 50%, generally speaking, of the value of the vehicle. So if the repairs are going to cost more than 50% of the value of the vehicle, most insurance companies in this country will just say, nah, let's just write it off, which basically means they're going to give me the monetary value of it that they've worked out minus a small sort of like, and then, well, they'll give me that, and then they'll keep the vehicle. But if I want the vehicle back, they'll usually have a little buyback where for a very small amount of money you can buy the vehicle back, and it's usually a few £100 or something. So I'm not sure what they'll determine the value of the vehicle is. I've done a little bit of googling on it, and I think they'll value it somewhere between 12 and 20 grand. I think 12 is very low. I think it'd be a bit more than that because the whole kind of like the motorhome thing in the back. I think it'd probably be like about. I think it'd be maybe about 9 or 10 without that. Um, Hard to say because of the fact that it's the maxi load and stuff like that. But I think it'd be around about 9, give or take. But with all the stuff I've added in the back, I think it makes it at least 12, 13 grand, and then it could be a lot more. So it just depends on how they're valuing things and stuff like that. So I could get a fair bit of money for it. Who knows if they did that sort of thing. And then I'd have the option of what I'm going to do, and there'd be a lot of difference. Oh, Noah's off. See you, Noah. Good night, my man. Um, Wayne saying, what we do? Start all over again? Build a new? I could do a new build. I'm very tempted with the idea of it. Something smaller, a bit like the higher van that I've got. It's still a big van. It's like long wheelbase, high roof. Um, I'm definitely like, if it comes to that, I would be looking at options. I think if they give me the option to buy this thing back, I will do that no matter what. And then it would be a case of looking to see how much it would cost me to get the repairs done myself. Because I'm pretty sure that if I went for like second hand sort of like like so basically like a new panel for the front and all the bits that are broken, um, like all the stuff that got smashed up, I seriously think that would all cost in the realms of about I don't know, 400 to 800 quid, something around that sort of level. And all those parts, I reckon I could take off and put the new ones on. I reckon I have enough skills to do that. I think the thing that I can't deal with is the 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 bit of the subframe which is like the crumple zone part. The bar, the cross member, no problem. I can unbolt that, put a new one on, and then I can get a new one of those. Well, I say new, a reclaimed one from eBay. I think like 60, 80 quid, not a big deal. And if it was just that, it's not a problem. But I think the the support bar for that that got the brunt of the hit, I don't know that I can just buy one of those and put it in. I think it's a case of needing to repair that by hydraulically bending it back into how it was. That's something I couldn't do. Um, so I'd need to hire somebody in to do that. Um, yeah, I don't think it's that I could just take it off and bolt a new one on. I don't think that's how that bit works. So, yeah, it's a bit of like and that's the bit that's going to be very expensive to fix, which is the bit that would probably, I think if the people who are running it for the insurance company, probably with the labour and the materials, like they might end up paying about, say, for all new, because it'd be new, like for like stuff, the parts that they'll need to put on, probably a couple of grand, maybe more. Um, and then yeah, it could be like 2, 3 grand for the parts. The labour to fit them, pretty similar costs. Like could be another grand's worth of labour at least, I'd say. And then there's the fix of the subframe, which is probably a couple of grand in itself. So when you add all that up, it starts to get to very close to that 50% of the cost of the van. So yeah, I don't know. It could be a bit of a tricky one. But that's what I'm waiting on, basically, what they decide, and then from what they decide, then I'll move forward from there. I feel like it's fairly likely they're just going to fix it, like because once they've got the van, they'll probably figure out that it's not. It's one of those things when you look at it at first, it looks absolutely disastrous, but then you look at it a bit more and you go, well, you spend this one thing out, few small panels. Yeah, it's not as bad as it actually could have been. Got away. I think if the guy basically hit me an inch or two more to the like actually like a bit more of a contact, there would have been a lot more damage. So kind of got away with it. He like it's not like he deflected off or anything. He definitely hit, but he hit like a very specific point on the support. So, and I think his car basically was designed to crumple a lot more than my van was. So his car did a lot more of the crumpling, as we call it. So we got Anita in. Hi, Anita. Let me just see. Are you real? No, I'm totally fake. Ah, dear. Not Molly, Molly. Moley. Um, so what has Rosie been saying? Did you and Ethan celebrate Pancake Tuesday? No. I mean, to be fair, I don't think he was with me for that one. But also, like, even though I did like Pancake Day when I was little, I don't really do it anymore. And I find it's one of those holidays where when we used to have like proper winters, and you'd have really cold conditions and like you'd be outdoors burning off calories. That was all right to do that, but now it's like the way that we did it anyway. It's not a very healthy holiday. So I kind of like put it on the DL a little bit. Um, Rose is saying, "I hope you know you helped me through my life." Well, thank you, Rose. That's really lovely for you to say. And I like to think that I'm giving people a place to come and hang out and chat, so and feel a bit better for a while. It's always lovely. Uh, and he's saying I'm still struggling with yesterday, as yesterday was 1 year 4 months since my something part. Your what passed away? Sorry, Ellie. Your TAID. Um, what's? I'm sorry, Ellie. I'm not quite sure what you were saying there. Um, Anita says crumpets. Wait, saying I can't believe you are still in your van. We'll catch up with the stream properly in the morning to get the full story. Yeah, I have basically said it a couple of times, but it's great. And yeah, I did go into a bit more detail before, but it's Yeah, it's just been a one of them days. It's just been a bit of a long one. I think the biggest aggravation is having to keep pack everything up and then unpack it. But at the same time, I like, if they'd have just said, "I we're just gonna have to deal with it," and it'd be Friday and just stay in your van, I'd have been all right with it. The upside is obviously they gave me money for the hotel, and every day that I'm not staying there, I'm saving myself some more money. So it's got its upsides, but it's just a bit annoying, being like jerked around back and forth with this, and I having to like because it takes about an hour to an hour and a half to kind of pack, and then it's another another sort of hour to unpack again. So it kind of ate my whole morning up. I was very lucky to get my work done today. To be fair, the morning was quite wet anyway, but there was a dry spell, so I went out and got that done when I could have been doing my work. Luckily, I had good work on today, so I was able to really blast through it and get it done. And I finished work like it had already the sun had set. It was about for 8 minutes after sunset, I think, when I actually finished. Just a like little smidge before 5:30. Mental. Oh, oh, granddad, it's Welsh. Oh, I see. Sorry, Ellie. So basically, my granddad passed away 1 year and 4 months ago, and it hit me harder. It hit me hard as I spent more time with him than anyone else. Oh, so this is my heart goes out to you about that, Ellie. And this is true. This is why sometimes we've had people in who have lost pets, or and you can tell it's hit them quite hard, but it could be because they've spent so much time with that pet that it might as well be like a family member or something like that. And I've had people sort of like in the chat sort of going on about how like, oh, you can't compare that animals to humans. A relationship is a relationship, and when you lose someone you care about, it doesn't really matter who they are, what they are. It hurts, and to lose someone who you spend that much time with, yeah, that's a hard thing to deal with. So I can understand where you're coming from with that. And yeah, you're welcome to talk about that. Maybe tell us some good memories about your granddad, things you've done together, and that'd be really nice to hear. Things that you used to do together and that sort of thing. That'd be awesome to hear. Um, you go to this after school every day. That's nice. So my childhood memories of the person who I spent a lot of time with that was like that. It wasn't my grandparents. It was a lady, 2 doors down from where I am now, and she still lives there, called Monica, Scottish lady, which is I think partly why I like Scottish people and why I love the accent and stuff like that. Well, the accents, I should say. There's a few of them, but yeah, she we used to go around a lot after school and stuff, and and she would like look after me quite a bit, and yeah, we kind of were very closely linked. And yeah, I used to love spending time with Monica, and she always had this story about how um like sometimes I'm not quite sure. I think maybe like I think it was on the way like back or something, or I can't. There was a story, but I used to always promise her to keep one of my crisps, like save one of my crisps for her from. She used to like the same crisps as me, and and I could never like save a crisp for her because I couldn't help myself and I'd eat all the packet. And in one time, I managed to actually, like, as a young lad, managed to actually save this crisp for her. And when I had it, so she did not have the heart to take it from me. She's like, no, no, you have it. She couldn't actually take it from me. Oh dear. But yeah, she was brilliant growing up, and I had to, like, when I got married, for instance, I invited aunties and uncles and stuff, um, and my and people like that. But in reality, I could have done with not any of them coming because I didn't know them from Adam most of the time. I mean, I didn't know I had an uncle. I can't remember his name now. Um, I didn't even know he existed until I was like an adult and I was already married and so. And this guy's name, Uncle Roger, that's his name. I didn't even know he existed until like I was well old, and I was like, sorry, I have an uncle Roger. Who? What? And then my dad had to tell me this whole story about his brother Roger, that I'd never heard of in my whole life. But most of my aunties and stuff, like, I never saw. But Monica I saw all the time, so she was the one that I really wanted at my wedding, and so she got like the invite and stuff. And but then and it was a bit weird though, because then like the other side of things, my ex's dad uh, was an absolute nightmare with the wedding, and like he got all like the hump about who got to do what, this and that and the other, and who got priorities over things. I don't think he took well to me giving priority to someone who wasn't even family, and that she got priority over some of his family members. And I'm like, it doesn't work like that, man. It doesn't work like that. She was tight with me, so she gets the priority. Anita saying, when one woman, what? I think there's some spelling stuff going on here. Um, Aims at the heart of another. I think that's what you're saying. She rarely misses, and the wound is invariably fatal. So let me read that again for you. When one woman aims at the heart of another, she rarely misses, and the wound is invariably fatal. Now, I'd almost think that you were talking about like a love story thing there, but you're saying that when one woman aims at the heart of another, as in like another woman. So what is this? Are we talking about like killing off the competition or what? I don't know what you're talking about, Anita. We got Mike in. Mike Hawk. We get that. Um, It'd be interesting if you were able to super chat $20 because I don't have memberships yet, so I don't have the ability for someone to super chat me. But you'll still get a shout out, Mike Hawk. Just a cracking name. Oh, dearie me, Mike Hawk. God, I love it. Absolutely. Oh, dearie me. Oh, I do love these names. They're brilliant. Right. So what we've got Ellie saying, yeah, to be honest, I'm so close to breaking down as I got given his cap the other day. Oh, I used to help him with his shopping every day. He liked going every day, and I would go with him and make sure he got everything. I bet that was the highlight of his day every day. I bet he looked forward to that, Ellie. Like probably he'd spend his probably whole day waiting for you um, to to just come and help him like that. I bet that was so sweet for him, and it's lovely that you got to spend that time with him. So you got to think about that positive part of it, that you got to spend all that time with him. That other people they don't think to do that, and they don't get that time, and you can't manufacture it once they're gone. So you did get all that. That's amazing. Yeah, my family as a whole are not very close to me and my family. My parents are basically fairly alienated from all of their siblings, which means I don't really know my uncles and aunties and my cousins very well. When I was growing up, my mum was a bit closer to some of hers, and so was my dad. But just like there was some where they didn't talk to anymore, and then there was a lot of bad blood about a lot of stuff going on just between them and their relationships, and so I didn't really have a very close knit extended family, which you know some people do and some people don't. But yeah, and to be fair, my family as a whole is not a very good family either. So yeah, it's family for me has always been a thing that's been always difficult and not really what it should be. So any of you out there who've got family around you who, you might not necessarily appreciate them all the time. Maybe they don't spend that much quality time with you that you wish they would. Um, but if they're there at least, I mean that's something, and it can always be a lot worse. You can trust me on that. So Eddie saying basically my family has other families married into it, into it. There's so many. Yeah, I've got to admit, there's a lot of that. There's like a whole love triangle thing going on with one of my uncles. If I remember the story rightly, he he I don't know if he married her, but he was with a woman for a while. I'm pretty sure they even had a daughter together. But then, like, but she had a daughter of a previous partner, and but then he ended up basically going with her daughter, and then um, and I'm sure that it got married or something at that point. There was a whole weird like love triangle thing going on, and I think it was even in the paper or something like that. It was properly weird. Yeah, some weird stuff with my extended family. And it's saying it is from Dangerous Liaisons. Oh, okay, I get you. Uh, oh, Pol Pot Man is back. I recognise you. I used to go boozing with Uncle Roger and your ex's dad. What on earth? Um, whatever. Right. Do I know Gary Glitter? No. Well, I know of the man, but I do not know him. No. Always getting some weird people in here. Rosie, are you religious? No, I'm not particularly religious, Rosie. Um, and it's saying Roger and Roger and me, Michael Moore. What? Hey, what? Anita? Right. Anyway, so Rosie saying my family isn't close either, as my brother is transgender. Stuff happened to do with that. My mum didn't support him, and yeah, uh, won't share as I don't feel comfortable as he's been through too much. Yeah, I mean that's rough because obviously I mean I think transgender stuff is very individual, very like every person is different with that stuff. So I'm not going to comment too much on it because obviously there's all different stories out there. Some people are struggling with stuff, other people know for sure who and what they are, and it might not necessarily conform to other people's ideas. And I just think that everyone has a right to live their life how they want to live it, and I respect that fully. I don't like the type of people, and this goes towards, this isn't directed at transgender, but just to anybody as a whole. Somebody who's going to try to sort of dictate how I think and see the world. I don't like that. I feel like that's the kind of person who needs to be taking a step back. Um, and there are a lot of people out there these days who are shouting and shouting, trying to make other people think and hear what they say is the way things are. And I'm like, then people need to kind of like shut up a little bit and just go a bit quiet and let other people have a little thought and a little bit of time to think. And this is the trouble this day and age, is like, there's a lot of voices out there, and people are too busy talking and not listening. And I think some of the older generation, they're used to not talking and used to just kind of like pretending like everything is just okay and just ignoring the things that are different. That's not good either. And I think the way through is to just let people be who they are. And like, if I think if like one of my boys, they turned out to be, they were transgender and identified in a different way, I'd love them the same either way. It wouldn't make a difference to me. Um, and that's all I could. I think that's really how the only best way I can put stuff like that. But it's a shame that your brother has had to deal with that. So I hope he's doing all right. Right, we're going to get rid of this person. This person's bugging me and annoying me. Let's get rid of that person. Tele, t- Telerium is what? What on earth? Anita, you're spouting some random stuff. Uh, Mike Hawk is saying something about 1 to 3 years and then forget what on earth, man. I don't know what you're talking about. Anita has definitely gone a bit random for us. Rosie's saying, I'm going to share if that's okay. I feel comfortable here. You share whatever you want, Rosie. There's no pressure. You can talk about whatever you want to talk, and it's totally fine. If it's coming from the heart, it's all good. It's all accepted here. And Rach giving it the wave. Does that mean you're going, Rach, or are you just waving hello? Because well, I've not been reading your chat, but I thought you were talking to somebody. Maybe I know you've got lost by Anita as well. Yeah, yeah, I got totally lost as well. um, I think Anita's starting to sound very much like a bot who's gone haywire. Oh dear. I don't know. I don't know really. Right, saying we'll catch up probably tomorrow, Molly. But see you. But see you aren't in a hotel. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Oh, yeah. I saw that before. I did respond, and I said, yeah, I have done a full explanation, Rach. So yeah, just catch up whenever you want to. I know you like to go and rewatch afterwards. So I always appreciate that you keep track of things. But how have you been, Rach? I didn't really ask you too much. Maybe you answered, but I know that I kind of had the technical issues there for a moment, so maybe I got distracted. But I hope you're well, Rach. Hope you're doing okay. Ellie's off to bed, which makes sense. It is late. It has gone 10 o'clock. You dirty stop up, Ellie. You should have been in bed already. Gone your bedtime. Yes. Take care, Ellie. Have sweet dreams, and we will see you tomorrow. Um, and he's saying, I am talking like a human robot. Fair enough. Right, saying, I always rewatch. I listen on my commute to work. Oh, that's a nice way to do it. I forget, Rachel. I'm sure you've told me. But what is it you do again? Sorry to ask for a reminder, but you know how my memory is. I'm absolutely dreadful. Um, Rosie's saying, when Bailey asked me to cut his hair short, saying he felt like my brother, I did it gently, though Mum would be upset. Marianne struggled to accept him. One night she threatened him. Wow, that's. I mean, some people do struggle to accept changes, and to be fair, that sort of thing, I guess, depending on, you know, I don't know where you live and what your because obviously there's different societies in the world. Um, you know, some people do take rather violently to things like that, and yeah, I'm just really sorry that you've had to deal with that. And that's a perspective for me as well that I can share. Actually, is that while the anger wasn't necessarily directed at you because it's directed at your brother, you've had to deal with that as well. Just being present for that kind of thing, and obviously, you know, you having this close relationship with a sibling who's then being, um, you know, threatened or whatever. That's not easy to deal with. So yeah, you lived in Alaska when you were young. Wow, I don't even know much about Alaska to be fair. Um, but well, I mean, you say you lived there, so I guess you don't anymore. But yeah, that's quite. Yeah, it is a lot, isn't it, Rach? It's oh, pharmacy. That's right, Rach. Yes, I remember now. I will constantly forget that though. I tell you, like I'm sure that loads of people have told me what they do, and I just forget. Like I build up images of what people are like from what they say, but I don't always remember details. I'm terrible for the details. Anita giving us some more random stuff. Yeah, I've got to admit, I'm mildly jealous about the Alaska thing, just because I know that there's like a lovely place over there where I could sort of just go off into the wilderness and like probably I'd get away with building myself like a log cabin somewhere and just like going properly off grid. Oh, you can't, I mean, I have been tempted with the idea of trying to find a piece of land around this country where I could basically just get away with it and just build myself like a little homestead, like proper like secret thing, but really hard in this country. It's like it's either owned by somebody, and even if you can find a piece of unregistered land, it's probably going to have a lot of either buildings around that are going to see you, and if it's in the middle of nowhere, it's probably going to have some footpaths through or some open access land or something where it means there's going to be walkers and someone's going to see what you're up to. So tough to do, but somewhere like Alaska, oh, paint me green because I'm a bit jealous. uh, that's a good question. Is she still in the USA? Yeah, you'd have thought so, but I guess could have moved country. Um, Anita's saying, "What about the smell? What smell?" I'm noticing that Anita keeps having the thing come up where it says it's been translated. I'm just going to have a little look at that. Oh, Anita is actually writing in a different thing. It says a. Oh, interesting. Anita's saying random things and it's translating it. So did Ellie's as well, actually. But I'm just going to look. Weird. So Ellie said see you tomorrow, and it put tomorrow's see. Do you know what the auto kind of whatever in this is mental. I'm just going through now and having a look at all the ones that have popped up. I don't notice this. There's this tiny little symbol to tell me that it's auto translated it. I wonder if I can change that. Can I turn that off? Um, Not there. Automatic chat translation. Yeah, turn that off. That's annoying. I'm turning that off too. There we go. Oh, you live in London now, Rosie. Wow, really? Can I ask how you went from Alaska to London? That's crazy. We stayed in a log cabin. Me and Bailey stayed in our shared room 24/7. We didn't like being outside or anything, but when we were forced, we got our snacks, drinks, and everything. We went everything we need to stay in. Hmm, fair enough. I mean, it can be. I guess Alaska's always pretty cold, so. Um, but yeah, that's a crazy move, Alaska to London. I guess you must prefer London if you didn't like being outdoors in Alaska. But yeah, I'm sure there's a massive story in there. But if you're willing to share, I'd love to hear your story. How you went from Alaska to London, Rosie. That's yeah. I think I'd want to do the route move the other way around though. I don't like. I like visiting London. But obviously, like Noah lives in London, and I go down and visit him sometimes. And I have in the past gone out for days out. I've gone to London for days out with the boys because there's a lot of free stuff that you can do in London. It's actually really good for like just sort of like field trips basically for their homeschooling for want of a better way. But also before we homeschooled, I used to take them down just for like days out and stuff. It was really cool. Um, but I wouldn't want to live there. Yeah, I like being in rural areas. I really particularly like being nomadic. To be fair, there's something about being able to just change my scenery whenever I want to, even if it's just like moving from one town to an adjacent village or something. Just to like so, depending on what I'm doing, I can essentially have whatever I want around, be it a little bit more scenery or like more amenities or whatever. Yeah, Alaska would be epic, wouldn't it, Sparker? Mind you, you've got some epic stuff because you're near the basically Peak District, so I mean you've got it a lot better than I have. I will say, mm, yeah. I mean, it does make me dream for the sort of time when I can, if the channel took off to the point where I was actually making enough money that I could just go travelling instead of having to stick around here to work. I mean, the hope is that would, I'm going to cross the fingers on this, and if that timed out, once the boys are old enough that they're like, I think Ethan's basically, he's 11 now. He's got another, is it like another 7 years of school? But in reality, it's five of those are going to be. I mean, it could be in like in 2 years he might be doing what his brother's doing. He might decide full time education, gets his GCSEs, in which case he'll be at his mum's a lot more, and I won't see the boys except for realistically weekends and holidays. So I could probably do a lot more travelling, but still, I'd still need to see him for the weekends and stuff. Um, because Ethan would want to come and see me for weekends. I don't think it'd be like with Henry. Henry is totally not fussed about seeing Dad. He's grown up very quickly and very rapidly, and he's a mummy's boy, not a daddy's boy. Whereas Ethan, it's the other way around. Ethan's holding on to childhood for dear life, and yeah, he's the daddy's boy properly. He but yeah, but once he gets like say once he's like 17, 18, I don't know what he'll be up to, but he might not need dad as much around, and so I might have to start travelling. And once he's out of school, and even if he still wants to see dad, we could travel together. Even I don't know what the plan would be, but yeah, it'd be really nice to be able to get around and actually do some more. Did your message go through? Um, I sort of want about you staying in the log cabin and all that, and then you said you live in London now, and then I didn't see anything after that, Rosie. So maybe it didn't go through. I do apologise. We keep having this issue. It's very annoying. Um, we've got a Javid in saying, "Come to Otley, West Yorkshire, 20 pence shop, Otley." Now that's some random stuff in there. I'm assuming that means that there's a place called Otley in West Yorkshire that has a shop that's called the 20 pence shop, and that does sound interesting. But like, what are you getting for 20 pence? That's mad. Like, like pound shops are starting to struggle to get things for pounds these days. So yeah, I'm curious what you're going to get for 20 pence. I don't know. Uh, uh, Rosie saying, I didn't know my dad. He died when I was one, so never knew him. And my mum, no comment. Okay. Um, I'm guessing you don't want to tell us how you got to London then. That's fair enough. Right. Rach saying, I think Ethan will always remain so close to you. You can see how great your relationship is. Thank you, Rach. Yeah, I have this feeling that, like, once he's older, me and him might end up doing some epic travels together. Like, I could see him actually developing his own YouTube channel for, like, his music and stuff. And I do have this idea of, like, me and him just traveling the world, getting inspiration, me for my videos and him for his music and potentially videos for it as well. Um, and us just traveling together, like just doing the proper stuff, like really getting around the world and that. I think we could do stuff like that. I think it could work once he's a lot older, anyway. But you never know. He might grow up and decide, no, I've had enough of the old man. In which case, I'll be doing it solo, or maybe with a partner. Who knows? Rosie saying, I do want to share it. My original message didn't go through. Ah, well, I tell you this much, Rosie. My email address is on my bio for the channel. If you want to email it to me, you can copy paste it into there, and I'll read it myself. Obviously, YouTube doesn't like the message for whatever reason, but I'm always happy to talk to my YouTube family on email and stuff. So. Rach saying, why don't you charge for certain things on your channel, Molly? Well, I can't charge for anything at the moment, Rach, because I'm not a YouTube partner at the moment. I lost all my partnership status, but I do think in about a month to 2 months, I will regain the ability to do memberships and to have super chats and stuff, which I will turn on once we get there. And I reckon. Um, Probably another couple of months after that, maybe a bit less, I'll get full monetization. But it doesn't really mean a huge amount, the actual like ad revenue stuff, because this kind of vertical stream stuff doesn't really lend itself to ad revenue like that. And if I went horizontal, it would only be any good if I was getting like tons of people in. Like I'd need like hundreds, if not thousands, of people watching for that to be a thing. So it's more going to be that, like, at the moment I'm focusing just on these streams, building the YouTube family, and connecting with you guys, and then at some point, once I am monetized, I'll start putting out some new videos for the new style of stuff that I want to try and do. And if that takes off, then yeah, I'll probably monetize some videos at that point. But I'm not fretting about that. It's a sort of thing that, if it happens, it happens. If I get, it's more about building the channel and seeing if I can get the subscribers and the base and people interested in what I'm doing first. Um, but who knows? According to like YouTube, if you look into it, they reckon that if you're vertical live streaming like this, memberships and chat and super chats and stuff is the way to that you get more of your money and your revenue from that. And I don't know, maybe people could pop in and donate and help out. And I am thinking about doing like it. Sometimes already. I've talked about this with some people, but I've not actually talked about this on stream. To be fair, but it does get to the point sometimes where I struggle to follow the chat. Um, like now, I'm talking and the chat is flying, and I'm gonna have to scroll back, and I miss some people's chat, and sometimes you guys want a little bit more one-on-one, but I'm trying to field like three different conversations at the same time, and it gets a struggle. But I'm just about managing it now. Um, I think, go fast forward a few months, or half a year or something. By the time we get to the end of this 1 year of daily live streams, I fully expect that I'm going to be struggling to actually maintain conversations within the streams, because we'll have too many people in for me to like talk to everybody at the same time. I already noticed that some people kind of like come in and then leave. Like Cat, he has a tendency, he has a great tendency to be impatient with me, and if I don't respond very quickly when he turns up, he kind of goes out and says, "I'll come back tomorrow." So, yeah, it's quite a struggle basically already, but doable. Going forward, it's going to be an absolute impossibility. At that point, I think I'll offer memberships so that like really cheap ones, so that I can say member only streams. And so for the handful of people who actually want to sort of come in and actually have a proper little bit of quality time, can do it without like all the randoms who come in, and it can be a bit more one on one. And then if those start to get filled up, I do that next tier up, where so basically, you can always have like an option to get a really tight small stream rather than like anything too big. I don't know how many of them I do. I haven't really thought about anything, but all I know is I love these little kind of personal sort of times where, quite like for instance, early on, the first people in will be like Ellie was first in, and I think Noah was in early today as well. But like Ellie will often be first in, and I'll be chatting to her or Gracie sometimes. And whoever's in first, like, gets a bit of one-on-one time with me. And we get to have a little bit of a chat. But then things fill up, and I'm talking to somebody else and back and forth. And I think it's quite nice when I'm having just a few people to talk to, and we get into like it's nice to have a few so we can have a bit of back and forth and a bit of banter between ourselves. It doesn't have to be like a one-on-one thing. That gets a bit too much. I could potentially do something like that, but I don't know that one-on-one really works that well. So it's more like trying to find a smaller group, basically, is what I'm saying. Um, and I think like that would be quite a good thing to use the memberships for, to do members only streams. So yeah. Um, uh, oh, I'd appreciate it. I tell you, Rach, if you did, but there's no pressure on anyone. I think that's the thing. When I do it, I don't want people to feel like pressured into having to do memberships and things like that. I'm just going to do it, basically, just as cheap as I can make it, basically. But at least in it, and then like I say, if I feel like the necessity to do a next level to kind of make it like work again and stuff like that, and so then I'd end up, but then I can't do too many because it'd get quite complicated having to do so many different streams, because I don't think I do like the member only streams or like every day or anything. I think it'd be probably something like every year, because after this year I don't know if I'd even do the daily stream. Still I might do, but I might aim to do it, but put less pressure on myself. So maybe like sometimes I'd miss it, or maybe I'd do it like on an every other day or something, and maybe I'd really do like a members one every week, just like on a particular day. I think it'd be a lot of communication with you guys, talking about what you'd like to do and how you'd like it to kind of work. What's Anita saying? Am I a random? Absolutely, Anita. You are definitely a random. Uh, but you don't have to be random for the whole time. If you keep pop coming into streams, not even every stream, just regularly come in and I start recognizing you, and you talk nicely about stuff, and you're not throwing out all this random stuff, then you will fast become a member of my YouTube family, who I consider to come in and support the channel in a really nice way, and that's all it takes. Um, Rosie's saying, then there's me who comes in at random. Well, no, Rosie, I would consider you a potential for the YouTube family. You've been in enough times that I recognise you, and you come in giving us, like, sharing yourself with us, which I like. And so, I would at this point consider you having just passed into YouTube family status. So you are considered very nice, Rosie, and you're welcome in any time. Callum asking, what's the topic, camping? Well, we're actually just talking weirdly, just about channel stuff and streaming, but we go on to whatever topic comes up in the chat, to be honest. So, and generally speaking, my YouTube family, if they bring anything up, we lean into that quite quickly. Spark saying, can't be more random than me, Anita. Yeah, yeah. Spark is definitely just a rando. He just comes in rando, just, You're like the OG, Sparker. You're the OG. You've been with me so long, you get away with anything. It's like, it's crazy. Um, Dreamy saying, definitely going to remember. Thank you, Dreamy. Appreciate the support. Rose saying, you don't have to read it all as it's a long read. Oh, did you actually email it? That's cool. I will definitely, I'm just going to have a little look. I don't know. I can't see all my notifications, but I'll have a little look. Hopefully you did. That'd be an interesting read. Callum's saying, can we get Andrew a restless release out of the way and then we talk about camping? I'll be honest, I know nothing about that situation other than somebody has mentioned it in the chat that Like, is it Prince Andrew got arrested? But I don't know what for. I don't know when. I don't know anything about it at all. I am not very good at current events, to be fair, and this is something I'm interested in, and that is obviously something that I'm not. And I know this because if I was interested, the YouTube algorithm would have put it up on my page, and it has not. It has not fed me that little snippet of news at all. So, yeah, not former prince. Yeah, okay. What was he stripped of his princely title? Was he? That's I don't even know what's happened. To be honest. So I mean, Sparker's our man on the with his finger on the pulse. Sparker can always give me a quick synopsis of what I've missed on that if you fancy it, Sparker. But only if you want to. I'm not really that fussed about it. But sometimes I know Sparker's in the background going, "Oh, how does he not know this? Got to tell him." So you're welcome to if you need to, man. Dear. So Anita's saying, skip. No, what on earth? Anita, you've been random again. Rosie's saying, I'm going to sleep. Good night. If you can email me back with something. We'll do, Rosie. It was lovely, lovely chatting with you. You sleep well. Have a good night. And I hope to see you soon. You take care of yourself. Um, Man, Anita just firing random stuff in. I'd say, Anita, calm that down. Saying too much random stuff. I will have to give you a timeout soon if you keep doing that. If you can be in the chat and talk about some nice stuff, engage with what we're talking about or something, or if you've got your own story you want to tell, tell it. But all this random stuff is just weird. Um, um, Callum giving it the LOL. Spark saying he was arrested this morning. It's proper fresh then this morning. Well, that's why I don't know anything about it for sure then, because like this morning was nuts for me, and I was dealing with like insurance stuff, and then I've been out working, and then basically as soon as I got my food sorted and got back home, I've got onto the stream. So yeah, I haven't had a chance to look at anything. He lost his title months ago. Oh, okay. I have no interest in royalty. The only kind of royalty I'd be interested in is if I'd done like a Christmas song or something. I was earning some juicy royalties. Yeah, that'd be cool, wouldn't it? I've always thought that. I thought, oh, yeah, these guys are probably getting minted off their, What was it? What was that movie? About a boy, classic, that cracking movie. Had what's his name in it? Is it Hugh Grant? Is that the guy I'm thinking of? But the guy from like whatever his name is anyway. And it had the young lad. He's one of my favourite actors. I can't remember what the young lad's name is now. But yeah, anyway, the whole premise was his character basically didn't work at all because his dad had written a Christmas song, and then like after he passed away, like the royalties transferred to him, and he's been getting like just money all the time, just for like, but he hates the song at the same time, and he doesn't like hearing it, and I'm like, wow, that's crazy. Just like that would be a pretty nice way to get some like what's the word called? Passive income. That's it. Yeah, that'd be a pretty nice way to have some passive income. And he is saying 69 love songs, Queen of the Savages. Sorry, what on earth? Why do you keep random stuff? Rach saying get Ethan to write a Christmas song. Great idea, Rach. Oh yeah. On the build up for the next Christmas, we'll get Ethan to do a Christmas song. Yeah, that'd be awesome. If he'll agree to it, I'm not going to force him, but I'm going to tell him your idea and say Rach was saying you should think about writing a Christmas song. Um, yeah, if he writes a good one, maybe I can write some lyrics to it and we'll sing along to it. I was thinking now, and this is only a really like just out there idea, but obviously Emmy plays the piano but also does this singing on her channel, right? And Ethan loves playing piano, and he's learning how to sing. I don't think he'd sing on the channel, but he'd always play piano. And I was thinking if he can write a good song, and like me and him maybe could write some lyrics. I don't know if Emmy would be into writing lyrics, but like if we could write a pretty good song, like Emmy could sing it and he could play it, and they could do like a duet together. That be awesome? That would be pretty cute. Oh my lord! So I was like,
I'm gonna see if I can get these two to do some kind of duet like that at some point. That would be brilliant. So I'm actually gonna talk to Ethan about that when I see him. And so I was just thinking about this the other day. But would you consider doing, like, if you wrote a song and we get some, like, actually write some lyrics for it, and then we see if we can get like Emmy to sing it, and you play it, and then we'll, like, and I could edit it together because I've got decent editing skills, obviously, and I could put it together, and then, like, we could release that or something, like put it up on the channel. It'd be really awesome. Dear. Yeah, that wouldn't be bad, would it, Rach? If he gets minted because he becomes the next big thing, like, because if he can play piano and write good songs and sing them as well, oh, he could be huge, and I reckon he'll take care of his old man then. Oh dear, I know it. Like, if he ever got into some big money, I know full well he'd be like, "Dad, I want to buy you a bit of land. Let's go and find a piece." He would. He would. He'd take care of his old man. He knows that would be the thing to do. I'd be like, "Yeah." Dreamy saying that's a sweet thing to do. Yeah, it would. It would be awesome. It would be. Um, are you gonna? Uh, are you gonna cut me off? Um, I'm going to answer that, and he said you are. If you keep this random stuff up, you've got a very limited chance. The only reason I haven't done it so far is because you're not going completely nuts and spamming us, but you are borderlining it. So try to not be random. Say something nice. Got Riaz in saying hi, mate. Keep up the good work. Thank you very much. Appreciate you. Well, we're almost 2.5 hours now, and I think I've been rambling on for long enough. So it's definitely time to wrap this thing and say good night. As always, it's been lovely having you all in, and it's been great talking to you, Rach. I always love it when you manage to come in for the actual live, and we get a bit of chat and spark as well. Less lurking today and more chatting. Love it. And obviously, Dreamy and everyone else who's been chatting. I think we've already lost Rosie and said goodnight, but there's been loads of lovely people in, and I've loved all of you. If I haven't mentioned your name, it's not because I love you any less. I love every single one of you because you're brilliant when you come in and you give me the support, and it does mean the absolute world to me. Hopefully, as Rach says, hotel tomorrow, so a completely different background. We'll look a little bit more professional, maybe even. Who knows? But yeah, until then, have fun.